Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
I've done that before.
How we doing? You guys ready to have some fun tonight? All right. I see the wine's been cracked. Everyone's looking their best. Who's ready for the 4th annual cooking fundraiser here featuring Chef Ace Champion? There he is in the back. If this is your first time here, it's always a good time with Chef Ace. He always cooks up some tasty treats. My name's Tim Elliott. I want to welcome everybody here to this event, a really fun event. Denise, thank you for inviting me back. This is the 3rd time I've done this. I always have a lot of fun, so I'm just so happy to be back with you guys. I work at MEC 15 Madison, anchor the morning show. Anybody watch the show around here? Okay, good. Because when I see our competitors out and about, I claim Janesville, that everybody here watches us. So I feel like you guys are a good sample size of that. Is the new superintendent here? Yeah. There he is. I haven't met you yet. Can I meet you real quick? Mr. Holzman, I'm Tim. Good to meet you. You got any good story ideas? Let me know. Yeah, ideas. Let me know. Okay. Yes, my name is Tim. I'm from Janesville. I went to Harrison Elementary, Marshall Middle School, and then graduated from Craig back in 2003. Yep, and now living my life up in Madison, anchoring the news. Hopefully you guys are watching. Delivering Bags of Hope is an amazing effort, and every single year, every December. It's in its 14th year, by the way, delivering Bags of Hope. 350 families in the area over winter break, including, in addition to 50 senior citizens as well who get that help. And we were talking about it on the morning show today. I pulled some old video from past events, and to see it operate as like a little mini city with all the volunteers running around and getting everything done. I was talking to Pete right here, Denise's husband. Everything's very methodical and planned out. Everyone knows their role, and it's such a wonderful event. And he was telling me a great story too. I want to share this real quick, how he was delivering food to someone, a family, and the dad was expressing how grateful he was to get this ham that they were going to have on Christmas. And he said to Pete, honestly, I don't even know how to cook a ham at all. I don't even know what to do with this thing. And then his teenage daughter jumped in and said, "Don't worry, Dad. I learned in home ec class how to prepare a ham." And learned it in Janesville schools, Superintendent Holzman. How about that? So it's a team effort. I really enjoyed that story. If you're looking at your pamphlet on the in front of you here, in front of your table, there's all the corporate sponsors on there. A lot of them. We want to say thank you to them who are involved with this tonight. All right, so I see Ace is getting ready up here.
Go ahead.
I'm still talking. I'm good. I just want to make sure you got all your knives, you got all your items and everything like that. You good to go?
Good to go.
All right, he's good to go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Ace Champion over here. So Ace is originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, so he's bringing that southern flavor up to the Midwest. He now lives in Green Bay. I knew Ace and I were kindred spirits when I saw him on the Today Show, NBC, of course, wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, right? It was a Rodgers jersey.
Right.
I was like, okay, this is my guy right here. So Chef Ace right here is a 19-time award-winning chef, as I mentioned, from Louisiana, but brings his flavor here to Green Bay. You can also catch him on, you were on Fire Masters, right, on the Food Network, which is an awesome show. I've seen that before. And you featured twice on the Today Show as well.
Yeah, one was the Al Roker-thon, so that put me in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Really?
Yeah.
What record?
For the Great American Sandwich Relay, so it was the most sandwiches made consecutively in each state, and I represented Wisconsin.
Okay.
And Okay.
Always. We do have some raffle items we want to get to first, and I'm going to enlist the help of Chef Ace since she's up here first. We're going to do the best seats in the house right here, sponsored by Target. We're going to raffle off 3 tickets, and if you win, that means you and a guest get to move up to the VIP section over here and get to taste, well, he's cooking. And it's going to be pretty good, I'm assuming. Okay. So we want to do that, Chef Ace? Let's do that first.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I'll let you pick them. You got to pick 3.
I got 3.
You got 3? All right. 3. First number.
268036. I got a mic too. So
I saw
it's all good. Who is that? Come on down, young
All right.
lady.
Pick a buddy and head
I'll
on
put your
up.
ticket right here where you can sit wherever you like. Oh, I'll give you your ticket. You said it was you? Okay, there you go. Let me check that, make sure she's not trying to. Let me see. No, I'm saying you got it. You're good. You're good.
That's kind of how she is.
Yeah, that's how she is. All right. So the next one is 2680345. Yes, there should. You can come up. The table is right over there. Yeah, that'd be kind of rude to bring you food and then they're all looking at you. So, yeah, you got it.
Is that right?
Let me see. You are correct. Must be a math teacher, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Feel free to make your way right over to that table. And the next one is 2680348. 2680348. Who are you? Whoop, whoop. Come on, don't be scared. Unless you want to volunteer your ticket up to somebody. How about our superintendent? No, I'm just kidding. I'll put her on. I ain't gonna throw you under the bus like that. Awesome. You can make your way right over to the table.
All right.
Awesome.
We got our 3 winners.
We got our 3 winners.
Congratulations. Best seats in the house. Hopefully you're not full.
You throw these away.
Yep.
Okay. 3 more? Or
We're going to do 1 more.
1 more?
Well, each person gets to pick 1 person to come on,
Oh,
right?
yeah. So
You and a guest.
That's it. That's
Yep.
it. Okay, yeah. So bring your guest. So that's your guest. This is your guest.
This is my guess.
This is your guest. This is your guest.
This is my daughter. Yep. I'll go around.
And then you got a guest.
Yes. Oh, wait. No, I'll go around. That's fine.
Who's your guest?
She's coming.
Oh, she's coming. Got it.
And we do have 1 more raffle item we want to give away here before we get going with the cooking demonstration. This is a signature facial from Simply You Skincare, $129 value. I'll pick it myself. He's busy.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
I got you. All right. The winner, 2680368. All right. I got it for you right here. It's tangible. There you go. Enjoy. All right. Yeah, we planned that ahead of time. All right, without further ado, let me introduce Chef Ace Champion.
Awesome. I'll just slide this back. All right, mic check. All good. How's everybody doing today? Woo! I hope that you guys are an interactive crowd and don't just sit there and stare at me all awkward all night long, right? I hope you guys are interactive. Thank you all for coming for our fourth annual Bags for Hope. For those of you guys that don't know about Bags for Hope, it's an awesome organization. This is probably one of the only reasons why I drove 3 hours to come down here. It actually provides groceries for 2 weeks for elderly and high school kids. You would think that everyone should have food and have access to it, but the reality of that is they do not. So very good to know that your money and your donation is going towards feeding people, which is very, very awesome. For those of you guys that don't know me, I know I see a lot of familiar faces, so thank you all for coming again. My name is Ace Champion. I've been cooking for about 26, 27 years. I'm native of Louisiana, so I specialize in Cajun Creole. Anybody ever been to New Orleans before? All right. New Orleans is a blend of South African, Indian, French, and Spanish infused together. I think that's why I love the New Orleans cuisine so much, is because a lot of cuisines tend to just stick with their own cuisine. I mean, you go to China, you're not going to find gumbo. I'm pretty sure of that. You go to Wisconsin, you ain't going to find gumbo neither, but that's a whole other story. But infusion really is the way to go, because when you start infusing other cultures, you really start creating flavors that one's never had before, because we're all the same anyway, right? So why not infuse the food two together? I'm a private chef, so I go into people's homes and do private dinners, anniversaries, stuff like that. I also have a cooking show. I don't know if anyone saw it yet. Cook Like a Champion. I know it airs in Green Bay and all over Wisconsin. You guys have my business card on there, so you will be able to find me online, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and other locations too as well. So just to give you a heads up on how this night is going to go. So I'm going to be doing some demos of the different foods. This is an open concept. So if you guys have a question, feel free to raise your hand. This is meant to be interactive. Remember, you're not just going to stare at me, right? Like she's doing it? No, just kidding. Yeah, I know. We go way back, yeah. So I want you guys to be involved. I'll be sharing a lot of my cooking tips and techniques. Some of it might seem a little off the wall, but that's okay. Trust the process. I do a lot of things that are non-traditional because they work. No one's going to tell me what I can cook and how I can't put it together, right? That's why I work for myself. So we're going to be doing 3 different demos up here. I'll be periodically calling somebody up here. So if you're that embarrassed person that never wants to come up, the person next to them, point at that person so I can make sure to get them up, because we're facing our fears today too as well. The whole theme today is Mexican Cajun infusion. Have you ever heard of that before? No. First time right here in Janesville. Give it a hand clap. I love it. Because why can't I mix my Cajun spices with Mexican cuisine? Because they said I can't, but you can, and you'll find out that they really do go well together. On a side note, today's also theme is mental health. Anybody struggle a little bit with mental health? No one's answered. I forget, you guys are amongst all your peers, so you don't want no one to know, you know. But hey, I'll tell you this, we're all human, we all go through stress, we all suffer from anxiety. We're going through the same exact thing, it's just some show it and some don't show it. So I've developed a couple of techniques that really help me, because it really all starts with the mind. I mean, the mind controls the body. If your mental health can be up to par, your body will follow, you know. Your mind is telling your body what to do anyway, right? At least sometimes. I know the body works on its own sometimes, at least in men, you know. Can I get any man? No? No, there's like 5 men in here, so I guess not. Yeah, so a couple of different techniques that I've learned over the years, a couple things that I've learned. One, we'll start off with the recipe. So how many people shop for recipes online? Online, cookbook. How many people cook, first of all, so I can know my crowd? More than once a week? All right, cool, awesome. So what happens is a lot of people, when they're pulling recipes from online, they have no idea what the recipe is asking them for. And they don't do this. You see how I have everything all measured up? You get a potato chip if you can tell me what it's called. You just won yourself the first, and this is flaxseed organic black chip. There you go, ma'am. There you go. Good question. Don't worry, you guys get more over there. So this is called mise en place. So that means you prep before you cook. How many people do that? How many people go straight to the kitchen with that same recipe and just start to cook as if they're like professionals? Well, the problem with that is you don't know what the recipe is even asking you for. So when you start to cook, you'll start to find out that there's hiccups. Because we know just because it's online doesn't mean that it's a legit recipe. So I do a technique called visual motor rehearsal. I want you all to say that with me. Visual motor rehearsal. One more time all together. Visual motor rehearsal. Because I'm a visionary. And when I say using your vision, I don't mean like apocalypse vision. This is not yoga. This is basically a controlled thought. So we all still have a little bit of an imagination, right? For some reason, we think because we get older, we lose our imagination. You know that's not true, right? I hope you guys think that's not true. Geez, I need to come down to Janesville more often, man. Imagination is everything. So it's kind of the concept, look before you leap. So before I start cooking, I'll take that recipe and I'll read it from start to finish. Every ingredient, the procedure. As I'm reading it, I'm actually visualizing it inside my mind. So I'm like, okay, I'm putting in the sugar, I'm putting on that. I'm visualizing that. So the sweet thing about that is the mind can't determine whether it's practicing or not. They actually ran scientific studies that showed that when you're stimulating something in the mind, you get the same feedback as you would if you're doing it physically. So by you visualizing the recipe before you start, it's almost a form of practicing it. So when you do pick up your ingredients, you're going to feel like, man, I feel like I've done that before. And you have, because you visualized that. Visualize it before you do it. Prep up all your mise en place. Make sure you only download recipes from chefchampion.com or something bad might happen. Just saying, I got to throw plugs in throughout the day. You'll be seeing that, a lot of that. So just make sure you do that. And then just make sure you stay positive in the kitchen. I'm a very positive guy. I understand how negative energy and negative people can affect. Anybody agree with that? You ever been in a good mood and all of a sudden someone puts you in a bad mood? You have that power to block that energy because energy flows. So surround yourself around the right people. Now, if their people are your co-workers, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You know, maybe talk to them, you know. But figure out what it is that's causing the stress. My whole theme and my whole concept moving forward for the rest of my life is know thyself. Anybody ever heard that before? My ladies over here, you ever heard that before? Know thyself? Great man said that before, right? And I don't mean know thyself by this physical body or this personality, because when you think of yourself, you always think of your personality, right? Or you always think of, oh, let me get up in the morning, make my face look good, make my body look good, okay, I'm good. When I say know thyself, I mean know inside of you. How many people pay any attention about what goes on inside of their actual physical body? Right? We put so much effort, and I always hear a lot of my people, they'll say, oh, I'm gonna do me, right? You ever heard that before? I'm just gonna do me for the rest of the year and take care of myself, but they go get all these physical things done. Not once did they do anything to the diet, right? So I'm here to tell you that the body is literally meant to heal. When we were made to perfection. I mean, there's over 70 trillion little organisms that as soon as something goes wrong inside of your body, it will let you know. I always tell people, listen to your body. How many people actually listen to their body? Now, we know our body doesn't speak in an English language, right? We're not going to hear whispers saying, hey, you need to do this, right? Give you a perfect example. I snipped my finger a little bit. Never do that, right? Snipped it a little bit, and once it actually started to heal, I knew my body was telling me by the amount of alcohol. When it stopped burning, I knew that I had that level of protection over that, and I could stop wearing the bandage because I was listening to my body communicate with me. I just passed a kidney stone. Everybody ever did that before? Worst thing ever. I heard it was like having a baby. Well, with that being said, let's give all the women in the house that have had a kid a hand clap. Because good Lord, it's not a fun thing to do. But my body told me what I needed, what was wrong. I knew I had to drink a lot of water. I had to flush it out. Just something simple is important of just water. Everybody drink a lot of water? Drink water. Flushing your system out. There's so many things that you can do to participate with the organs in your body, right? I see so many people, oh, my back, I got this back pain that's been bothering me for 2 months. Well, what are you doing about it? Oh, I'm just going to work. Hopefully it'll go away. That's your body saying, hey, get a chiropractor. Or go over to my man right over here and get a massage, right? Because all these things that you can do, like massage therapy and acupressure, these are all non-medical things that you can do to yourself. I'll sit there in bed sometime with my acupressure pin and I'll acupressure myself. And I'm like, my wife's like, what's going on over there? I'm like, just taking care of myself, right? Because we put that pressure on other people. We want to go to the doctor. Hey, I got a cough. Give me something, or you go to your wife. Oh, rub me right here. But you're responsible for yourself. And I hate to be that guy to tell you that, but you're responsible for yourself. If something is going wrong inside of your body, there's more than enough things out. And if you don't know something, there's this woman I met her probably about 10 years ago. Oh my God, smartest woman I've ever met. All you have to do is just ask her a question and she'll answer it for you. Isn't that cool? Anybody know who she is? Alexa, and who's her sister? Siri, my wife. Yeah, it's on camera. Let's cut that out. So my wife is the smart. Come on, man. Don't get me started. So really, like I said, it's always important that when you're in the kitchen that you're staying positive, because I understand cooking can be stressful. You've worked all day. You're at Parker and Craig. I set them right this year. Parker and Craig High School, stressful day. Now you got to cook dinner, right? Don't look at it as a tool, or don't look at it as like, I guess what's the word I'm saying? A chore. It's not a chore. Because last time I checked, if you don't eat, you die. Point blank. And if you don't eat the right food, same thing happens, right? I believe almost every single disease on this planet is, and this is a stretch, is from what you put inside your body. I really believe that. I really believe that because there's chemicals in food that react with your body because like avocados and peppers and onions, these are all things that's grown from the earth, right? This was here for us. This is what we're meant to eat. But when we're eating these foods that did not come from the ground, doesn't really have a name. You ever read those chemicals and you're like, what is this? Ask Siri, she'll tell you. She'll tell you. So just read your ingredients. How many people read your ingredients? Just 2 people. That you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Janesville School District. No, just kidding. No, I'm serious. I challenge you all. You'd be amazed on how many people, they always say, Ace, put me on a diet. No, It's not about going on a diet, because as soon as you tell yourself what you can't have, what happens? The war inside your head, right? So start introducing foods that you like. Don't take away foods that you don't like. When you start eating foods that like carrots or vegetables, your body will naturally turn and start craving those, because it has antioxidants and vitamins and stuff like that that your body needs. How many people know how many vitamins they put in themselves a day? Yeah, I know, right? Do you know what nutrition you're getting during a day? No. The kids don't know, the parents don't know. That might be a little bit of a problem, So when you go into the grocery store, pick it up, turn it around, read the ingredients. It will tell you exactly what the recipe is for that product. If you don't know what the words are, what do? Pick up your phone, ask Siri. She'll say, oh, yeah, this could cause cancer, it could cause leukemia, some very nasty stuff. So enough of all that mambo jumbo. I know you guys are ready to learn some cooking. So first thing that we're going to be making is homemade avocado. So anybody ever had avocados before? I know that's kind of a silly question, but some people haven't. You guys know avocado is a super vegetable. What I mean by super is I like to put vegetables in my body that have all of the proteins. I don't want to be eating 6 different vegetables to get my protein over here, my carbs over. I want them all in one punch. And avocados is one of those ones that have all that. So we just start off with some basic avocados. Anybody ever had issues cutting an avocado? No? Anybody ever cut an avocado? No? All right. Just get it already mashed up in the jar, ready to go, right? No high fructose corn syrup in that. All right, so I learned this actually from an avocado oil company. I used to cut it in half, and then a long time ago, some chef told me, oh, just take the knife and whack it one good time until you miss the pit. Yeah, so don't do that. So I just take the butt of the knife, I start in the center, and I just roll the avocado around one full 360, and then I turn that over. My church ladies, just like a cross. We're making a cross, all right, so you feel me? So now I have 4 separate pieces, and now we literally just twist that, and then we just open it, and then the pit just comes right out, right? I know, right? I know. That's what I said when I was watching the video. I said, I've been doing it wrong the whole time. It is a lot easier. And then the peel just comes right off. Just make sure you don't give the VIP table no pills. So. If it does, it just happens. I mean, have you ever made chicken soup and gave somebody a bone before? It happens, So now we just have some avocados. We're just going to give that a nice little rough mix. We don't want to beat them too bad. And then when you're picking avocados, some people say it can be a little bit challenging. If you know you're going to mash them, take your finger and just kind of press lightly on them. You want it to be pretty soft. If I'm using them like in a salsa or something like that, I want them to be more firmer. Because if you've ever tried to cut a mushy avocado, it's not very fun, right? All right. Any questions so far? No? You guys just gonna watch me and just stare at me like I said I didn't want you to do? All right. So now we're just gonna cut up just a little bit of bell pepper. So who's got knife skills 101? I know I heard a couple of people bragging about their knife skills earlier. No? 8-inch chef knife. This is my go-to knife. Proper way to hold it, 3 fingers are around the handle, index fingers on the blade, thumbs on the blade. So if you're that person, I don't even know if she has one. Let's see if Denise has one. If you're that person, I call this grandma's knife, right? If you're the person that cooks a full Thanksgiving meal with this little sucker right here, yeah, this is why grandma takes like 10 hours to make a simple Thanksgiving dinner. My mom was doing that. She came down and she's peeling 5 pounds of potatoes, and I'm like, that's pretty dangerous. You're like literally shoving the knife in your thumb. Like they make potato peelers for that now, She's whisking with a fork. I'm like, oh, use a real whisk, Mom, But she's old school. Old school don't change unless you didn't know that. But you know what this is? A steel. It's a honing steel. So if your knife is dull, this will do nothing for it. This is only as you're cutting and your knife starts to get dull, you'll run it across a couple of times. If it's that dull where you can rub your hand across it, get it professionally sharpened or throw those knives away. I'm a private chef. I'm amazed. I've cooked in Packer houses where the knives are like from 1950. I'm like, I understand your grandma gave them to you and they're sentimental, but they're rusted, Throw them away. A good knife set is definitely key. And no, we're not auctioning off a knife. I was almost going to auction off your knives, Denise. Don't do that. These are Wusthof. So then in my left hand, anybody know what this is called? The claw. What's the purpose of the claw? Thank you. It's simple. Simple as that. So whenever I'm cutting, I'm always cutting in a rocking motion. Because we're trying to slice through something, we're not trying to go straight down. So I always tell people, if you want to practice, just for 5 minutes a day, just take a cutting board and just do this. No, I'm serious. Because if I keep doing this, what is this building, teachers? Muscle memory, right? The best gift that we all could have had, right? So then I'm just going to make slices. And then as I'm slicing, once I'm all the way through, I'm just going to turn those at a 90-degree angle and slice them again. This is how I get diced. So I'm literally slicing through the whole thing. And you see some of these recipes, they'll say diced and minced. Yeah, don't pay any attention to that. Cut it to your skill level. I mean, everyone can't mince them, and that's okay. So we're just going to rough chop these. I'm using red bell peppers because they're definitely a lot more sweeter than green bell peppers. I heard that there was a male and female too. I never got too much into that. Anybody heard that before? I guess there is a male and one has 3 hooves and one has 4. I don't know how to do it. It's the number of lumps. Go figure, huh? All right. And then now in that avocado, I'm just going to take some lemon juice, squeeze that right over there, get a little bit of acid in there, mix that up again. I forgot my potato masher, so if you guys are wondering, don't do this at home. Mashing avocados with a spoon is not fun, but we're going to make it work, right? All right. So now we have some fresh garlic, which I just had. Oh, there we go. Anybody ever cut garlic before? Okay. Fresh garlic? I know someone's asking, but Ace, what about the garlic in the jar? Who was it? Who cooks with garlic in a jar? And who cares that you got all your colleagues around you? They need to know if you don't cook with real garlic or not, right? No, they don't need to know. The garlic in the jar has a place. So if I'm cooking something on a high heat, sauteing vegetables at a high heat, roasting vegetables at 450, garlic in a jar works excellent. If I want it to actually dissolve, I always use fresh garlic. If you've ever used the garlic in the jar in soup, 2 hours later you can still see the garlic, right? That's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to dissolve in the food. Not a fan of the little fancy, where's my pampering chef people in the house? The little garlic press, who has it? Raise your hand. Oh, whoa, maybe I shouldn't tell that joke. No. So I'm not a fan. Remember, this is my preference. Because you smash the garlic, right? You release all of that good juice, and the juice is your vitamins, and the juice is your flavor, right? So a good clean knife, you should be able, and you want to dice it as small as you can. The smaller you dice it, the more potent it's going to be. Just like onions, you ever get served a thick onion slice? It's a lot different than a very paper-thin onion slice, right? It just tastes better. So I should be able to get about 20 slices. You want to count for me, Ma? All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm really cutting, though. I'm not just doing that. Are you counting? She's counting? So now it's pretty close to my finger. So all I do is I just fold that over just like that. And you guys, we have them on the TV too, so if you can't see. Yep. And then slice that again. Okay. Oh, look, she's supposed to count. Hey, you're counting. What we got? Where we at? She lost. Awesome. And then I just turn that at a 90-degree angle too as well. Once I get it to this point, I know you've seen those fancy food shows. I ain't gonna say no names because they're recording me, but starts with an F. They put their hand over it and they do this. You ever seen that before? If you notice, I'm missing 90% of the garlic. So that's why they go to a commercial, because it took them like 10 minutes to cut up one garlic. So what I do is I put the garlic in a pile, I pinch the actual blade, and now I'm chopping. So my chopping is all in the wrist. And every time I chop, I bring the garlic back into a pile. So every time that I'm chopping through a pile of garlic versus having it all spread out. And you just continue to chop until you get it nice and fine. I like them pretty fine, especially if I'm putting in something that's raw. You definitely don't want people eating chunks of garlic. You do? You like garlic that much? Any garlic lovers in the house? You too?
What about recipe
Help her out, y'all. Help her out. To grade it. You can't grade all avocados. I guess you'd have to have a. Oh, the garlic. You can grade that because when you're grading it, it's almost like blades. So you're slicing it very thin versus that press. Sorry, Pampered Chef. I love you. Love you. All right. So now that we have that, we're going to add that right to, Oh, there'll be more of that. There'll be more of that. Awesome. And then we're going to head and season this. And I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika, a little bit of Italian seasoning, some Jamaican seasoning, and some Cajun seasoning. Now, every Cajun seasoning is different. So if you've ever cooked with the Cajun seasoning, anybody ever cooked with the Cajun seasoning before? Always taste it. Some of them are super salty and you will not like it, but there's this one brand out there. I don't know if you ever heard of this one before. I think it's Chip Champion. Yeah, I think it's like $7. You can get it right over there, just saying. They're all natural. My Jamaican only has 50 milligrams of sodium. She's got one. Hey, show it up so they can all see it. Yeah, right there. Boom. There you go. And I'll sign them for free later. So when you're getting these all-purpose seasonings, just read the ingredients, make sure that they're of good quality, right? Because we don't want to be putting salt and fake sugars and all that kind of stuff in our body. Everything has to be natural. So we're going to add in a little bit of Italian seasoning. And then some people are always like, Ace, I really don't know what seasons to pick. Anybody ever have that issue? Cabinet full of spices from Penzeys. Any Penzeys? Yeah. Cabinet full of spices, but have no idea how to use anything but salt and pepper. That's a problem. Because the herbs is where your nutrition is, Like even just using garlic powder, lowers your blood pressure. Onions lower your blood pressure. Avocados have 36 different benefits in there. These are all things that you need. So I always say use the seasoning lightly, taste as you go. How many people taste as they go? Very important to do that. Some people don't taste as they go because they really don't care whether it comes out good or not, right? Any of those people in the house tonight? I've eaten at some of those dinner tables. You can always tell when they don't care when they cook, right? Because energy is something that never gets destroyed. Energy is something that's always present. It just transfers. It just moves in a different form. So if I'm cooking with a bad attitude, oh man, I got to cook for this VIP table over here. They're just staring at me. They ain't even participating. I'm putting that negative energy into the food because I'm cooking. No different than when grandma makes the food and you're like, man, grandma, I feel like there's a lot of love in here. You ever told someone there's a lot of love? So why can't they be hating it? Yeah. So make sure when you're cooking that you do have, and I know it's hard sometimes, but turn the music on, pour your glass of wine. Speaking of wine, there you go. Yeah, pour your glass of wine. Be relaxed. Understand that this is something that you have to do every day. This is not, oh my God, I got to feed myself. I got to eat my vegetables. All the things we used to tell our kids to do, and now we're just big kids, right? I always get this from the adults. I'm grown. I do what I want, right? But then you tell your kids something different. Lead by example. Your body will show what you're doing with it. So we're just mixing that up. Sorry, this is taking longer than normal, so I'm trying to buy time. This is almost done. It literally is just you can use a mortar, you can ground it up. It really is not that hard to do, but I can guarantee you this is way more healthier than anything you can buy at the grocery store that's in a jar. You ever buy avocado in a jar before, or guacamole in a jar before? Come on, I know someone's bought guacamole in a jar before. Come on, the Reverend's over here, so don't be doing no lying, because we'll know, right? Come on. So now I'm just rough chopping up my bell peppers, and I'm going to add that to that. No, the peppers, I don't want to mash them. I'm just going to fold that in. And then I have some of these black chips over here that my lady over here got a chance. Oh, weren't they good? They're all right. They're not the best. You haven't eaten it yet. You were waiting to see if I could put a little guacamole on that piece? Is that what it was? Let me see what I can do. There you go. I can't do this for everybody, you guys, but And you get the bell pepper that it came on, so you really got, maybe you can be like Jesus and share with everybody. Oh boy. All right, and then we're just gonna put that avocado. There might be some chunks in here, but just roll with it. Okay. And then I'll put that right in the middle. Nice avocados. Any questions so far?
What's the best way to get the paper off the garlic?
So they actually make these little garlic rollers that you can buy. Otherwise, what I do, oh, I'll have another garlic. I'll be cutting again and I'll show you guys. What I do is, here, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna get you some plates. Is I cut the ends off, I'd lightly smash the garlic. There's some chefs out there on that F show that will smash it all the way, right? You don't want that because you always want the garlic intact. So we can slice it, turn it, and slice it again. So cut the ends off, lightly smash it, and it should just pop right off. There's another trick with the Coke bottle that I heard. Anybody ever heard the Coke bottle trick? Yeah, not the ones the kids do when they flip it and like, oh my God. I never understood that. You literally flip something upside down, but. All right, so you have the avocados over there. You guys need some plates. And then just when you guys eat this, just try not to make no facial expressions because they're all jealous because you didn't pick them, You're welcome. You're welcome. There'll be more to come. Any questions so far? Anybody just want to know? Did anybody think I was that never met me before? Did anybody think I was an ex-Packer player or a Packer player? I'm just curious. And you can say it. I'm not going to get mad. Oh, just one Denise? You thought I was a Packer player? Yeah.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So we have an awesome farmer's market.
Yes.
There's usually garlic. How long will garlic be last?
So from the farmer's market, a long time. My wife bought an onion from the farmer's market almost a month ago, and I used it last night. Because you're getting it literally when they pull it out the dirt. Versus most grocery store, if they don't shop local, it's on a food truck, then it's in a distributor, then it's in the back of their house, and by the time you get something, it might be 2 weeks out of the dirt. So that's why they only give you 3 to 5 days in the grocery store. So, but good question though.
How do you store it?
If it's not cut, you can just store it at room temperature. And I wouldn't put it in any type of Ziploc bag. I found out that Ziploc bags actually do more damage. A nice Tupperware would work. Or I'm pretty sure Pampered Chef has one of those little fancy garlic holders, right? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. So,
If it's peeled, or you just put it in the fridge?
if it's peeled, put it in the fridge. Yeah, because it will rot once you peel it. It will definitely rot. Yeah, and you don't want to do that. So. All right. So next, we're going to do a little bit more knife skills. Anybody ever had tacos before? Besides Tim, we all know that he stuffed his face before he came here with, this is Taco, what is it, Taco Wednesdays or what? Oh yeah, on a Tuesday, how ironic, huh? Did anybody else notice that there is more holidays created in this era of life than I've ever seen before? I was like, what happened to just the basic Christmas, Thanksgiving? And like, now there's all Daddy Day and Daddy-Daughter Day and Sister Day. And what's the one going on today? Oh, this is Hispanic month, right? Okay, all right. It is interesting. Cheers, everybody. You guys aren't drinking enough. I think that's the problem. All right. All right. So what we'll do is I'll go ahead and start on my salsa. And then once my salsa is done, we're just going to saute some shrimp. And then we are, give me 1 second. Oh, there it is. Good Lord, I thought I left the shrimp. See. You ever do that before? Cook and mess up or cook and forget something? So I always tell people, that's part of it. If you're not making a mistake or something's not going right, you're not really doing any real cooking then, People always tell me, I made mac and cheese, the Kraft box, right? I'm like, yeah, just because you made it at home doesn't mean it's homemade, It just doesn't work that way. So with my salsa, anybody ever made salsa before? So everything that I'm sharing with you is meant to go on whatever you want. You do not have to put this on a taco. You can grab some of these chips and go to town on it. I mean, there's a lot you can do with it. Not a fan of the blender. If you've ever blended vegetables in a blender, kind of like if you ever had that salsa where you pick it up and it's so watery, you got to like drink a little bit, then eat the chip. Yeah, you don't want to do that. So I always just cut it straight with a knife so that the juices remain inside the vegetable, and then when I eat it, I get those vegetables too as well. So just like I said before, we're gonna slice that. Like I said, you can see it up there. They're so perfect. They're like already zoomed in on there. I love it. And then we're gonna slice that again. Now with salsa, you don't want it too big or you don't want it too small. You just want like kind of like a smaller dice is what I would say. And then we just start adding our ingredients. So I'm using green and red. Sorry, not green and gold. No one got that, huh? I did do that when I was on the Today Show, though. I did. It was funny because they were calling me up and they were like, I'm like, yeah, well, I'm from Louisiana, but, I am a Packer fan. I'll come represent, but we want you to make something staple to Wisconsin. Come bring some. I'm like, no, I'm not coming to New York to make some cheese curds. I love cheese curds. But I'm not doing that on the Today Show, going up against this Food Network star from Chicago, because it was the Packers versus the Bears game. So it was cool, though. I had Al Roker and Carson Daly on my side, so that was definitely a plus. And they didn't really pick a winner, but anytime you show up with a hot dog, I'm just saying. I did my award-winning grilled cheese mac and cheese. I did port wine soaked cheese. I did make cheese curds, but I made other stuff too as well. I did these cream cheese, bacon wrapped jalapenos with the raspberry chipotle sauce. What else did I do? And I did my 6 cheese Creole crab dip with homemade pita chips. And she made hot dogs. It wasn't hot dogs. It was like some fancy word. But, it looked like chili. That's all I'm saying, So, and don't get me wrong, like I said, people always think, oh, hey, you're a chef. Like, you don't eat that stuff. I'm human. Yeah, I'm not going to eat a brat every morning or eat donuts every morning. But, I'll break down and have a hot dog every now and again and then regret it right after. But that's the thing, though, when you do eat this naughty food, because we're human. We're going to do it, right? We're going to do it. Be cautious about it, Don't just shove that Snicker bar in your mouth, like, cry a little bit, like, oh. Feel bad about it, because you should. But still eat it, because your body's, like, forcing you to do it, I found out a lot of that it's the chemicals that are in the food that make you addicted. As soon as you start tracing down the rabbit hole, you're like, oh, wow. This particular ingredient in Little Debbie just happens to be in crystal meth. Go figure. How'd that happen? Now I wonder why I'm at 12:30 at night fiending for that Little Debbie and a bowl of ice cream when I know doggone well that's the worst thing to do is eat, right? Ever happened to anybody before? Anybody? No one's ever eaten ice cream at 12 o'clock at night? All right, and you shouldn't. All right, who's going to discipline you? It's ice cream, I know. Spoken from a true Wisconsinite. Yeah, it's soul food. Yeah, no. I don't know about that. So with the onion, what I've learned how to do is I take the knife and I cut almost all the way through, but I leave a little bit of it intact. Because that Fancy F show, you ever seen them? Yeah. Let's just act like see, remember I say, when you're live, if I was doing my actual cooking show, you'd have never saw that. But you've seen on one of those Fancy F shows, we'll just put that over there. What they do is they cut it 8 times that way, and then they roll it 8 times that. They tried to teach me that when I was in culinary art school. And I'm like, that makes no sense at all because it's not solid. If it was solid, I would get that. But an onion is in such thin layers, so all you have to do, just like everything else, you slice it. I leave it intact, so I'm not chasing a bunch of pieces of onion. Anybody ever do that before? And they're cutting like this? There's pieces this big, there's pieces that big. Anybody? Just me, just 2 people? It's hard to believe only 4 people in all of Janesville School District does that. I try to teach that to people, and they're like, well, what's wrong with that, right? uniformity doesn't matter. I don't care about the way it looks, but it tastes different. Because if you've ever eaten a carrot that's this big and you've eaten a nice little sliver carrot that's that big, they're going to cook different. They're going to taste different. So you're going to be eating a perfectly cooked carrot, a carrot in the front that's overcooked, and a carrot in the back that you don't even know what's going on, right? So make sure that everything is uniform. Even when you shop for meat, like if I'm shopping for chicken, I want them all to be 7 ounces. I want them all to be 8 ounces, right? Because God forbid you put a 12-ounce T-bone and cook it at the same time with a 3-ounce boneless steak, and you expect them to come out at the same time, right? See, people always say I always hear people say, I can't cook. And then I say, well, how often do you cook? Well, I don't cook. Well, maybe that's the reason why you can't cook, right? Because muscle memory, practice. So when you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, think of it as I'm practicing to help heal my body, right? Because this food is the medicine that we're going to eat that's going to keep us healthy if we put the right food. Now, if we don't care and we're just in a hurry, we just want to fill our gut. Yeah, I know, everyone got quiet on that one, right? That's never happened to this crew, right? No, I get it. Sometimes you're in a hurry, you're out and about, you got to just grab what you got to grab. But I'm talking about Saturday night when you're off and you're laying in bed watching Netflix and you look at your wife and, oh, what are we going to order? I don't know, why don't you get up and cook something, you know? You know, that's not too hard of an ask. It just depends on who you're married to, you know? It's all good, huh?
That doesn't work, but I tell my wife that.
Yeah. No, I know. As you should. Ain't nothing wrong with a man cooking, right, ladies? Sexiest thing. Doggone it, what'd you say? Man, all the men trying to cook now, see, I got the secrets. They do say the way to a woman's heart is her stomach, right? But then they say the same thing about a man. So it's like, we're human, we like to eat, right? So right now I have green bell pepper, a little bit of red bell pepper, red onion. I like the red onion more than the white onion. It just seemed to add more flavor and its presentation. And then some black beans. We'll add that to that. And then, how's you guys' spice level? You like it spicy? Not too spicy, okay. Well, we'll add in a half of a jalapeno then. So your spice level, if you got some chicken babies, which I know they have some, my wife thinks pepper's spicy. She also thought ketchup was a sauce, apparently. Make sure y'all cut that part out. I always forget that she's gonna be watching this show, so I need to, all fun and game, right? So I just take out the seed, because the jalapeno is still spicy, but the seeds is what's gonna powwow you. I don't wanna powwow you, so we'll just add a little bit of heat. We'll just dice that up real nice. Okay. And then that's gonna go right into there. So while that's going, we'll go ahead and start on our shrimp. Now with shrimp tacos, I love 31 to 40 count. If you guys are familiar with shrimp, that's how many shrimp you get per pound. I don't like the little bitty ones. They cook way too fast, and the bigger ones take way too long. And I mean, if I want bigger shrimp, I'll just deep fry them and serve them like that, not put them in a taco. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. All right. Oh, I should drink. Oh, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out, tell you the reason why I'm here. Well, maybe I should turn my burner down a little bit. All right. So I just want to give a special thank you to the lady in the back, Denise. Let's give her a hand clap. And her hefty sidekick right there next to her. He did run and get my knives for me. She is definitely the main reason why I'm down here. I do not travel. I do not like to travel. And I know there are so many people who participated in the Bags of Hope, and I thank you all and appreciate that too as well. But I just wanted to give the shout out because I don't think any of this would have happened without that lady back there. So thank you. All right, so now I have a nonstick skillet. Use a little bit of avocado oil. Because we all know oils matter, right? Some people do. You know, I used to think vegetable oil was healthy because it was made out of vegetables. Yeah, don't ask Siri that. She'll tell you. It's horrible. Canola oil, all those are very high and saturated fats. They're horrible on your heart. So they make such great oils like avocado oil, which we were just eating avocados, grapeseed oil, coconut oil. These are all high smoke point, because you want a high smoke point. Olive oil is good if you're blessing somebody. I thought I'd say that. But it only has a 320-degree smoke point. So if I get this up to 375, what is it going to do? It's going to burn. And we don't want that to happen. And I don't want to use unhealthy oils because I want to be putting something good into my body. How cool is that to have something fried? Like, have you ever had healthy fried chicken? That just sounds like it doesn't exist, right? But really what makes the fried chicken unhealthy is the dipping it in the deep fat fryer, right? Oh, my bad, you guys don't call that deep fat fryer out here, do you? I know, I moved up here from Louisiana now. Everybody was, because I would say probably 50% of what I knew how to cook came out of a deep fryer. That's just how we roll in Louisiana. We like, I know you guys like fried stuff too as well. So they were like, Ace, we don't want none of your unhealthy fried chicken. And I'm like, because I call it deep fat fried, and that just sounds so unhealthy. So I started working in the restaurants and seeing this broasted chicken deal you guys got going on. I'm like, how is that any unhealthy than the regular chicken, right? If anything, it's worse because you're pressurizing the oil in the chicken, right? Like, look, I know I made you guys mad now because how many people love roasted chicken? You're going to think twice about it now. Just make sure next time you go to a wedding and they have roasted chicken, ask them if it was fried in avocado oil and see what they tell you. So what at the oil, if you can see it smoking a little bit, no worry, wedding gallery, we won't be burning the place down. They were so afraid I was going to burn the place down. I'm like, not yet, not yet. So I have my shrimp, my 31 to 40 count, a little bit of oil. I let it get hot. Immediately, I want to hit it with some flavor. So we'll season it with a little bit of Italian seasoning. And I actually found some Mexican seasoning. I think it might have been Penzeys. Is Penzeys in the house today? No? Okay, I should stop plugging them then like they are then. So, all right. So a little bit of this Mexican seasoning. Give that a nice mix. And then some Cajun seasoning right here. And that's going to give it a little bit of kick. Yeah, I know. I'm so tired of people doing this. What was that? Let me tell you, if your food is bland, they are talking about you when you leave, even if it's your wife or your husband. I mean, am I right? Who wants bland food? Don't give it to me. But they think that seasoned food is unhealthy, right? So they think, don't put no season on it so it can be healthy. I want to start smacking people because all these beautiful herbs right here that over hundreds of them that are cooking herbs can be used. Add a little bit of lemon juice. And then we're just going to toss that. And then now I'm looking at it and I'm noticing I'm running a little bit low on oil, so I add in a little bit more oil.
Can I ask you a first question?
Yes, ma'am.
Talk about where you do shrimp raw, where you put the tail on, how do you do it different?
Yeah, so I love the easy peeled into vein is what you want. Otherwise, it's a lot of work. You gotta peel it, you gotta cut the back end, there's a little vein in there, you gotta take that out. What I bought was already peeled into vein. No, it wasn't peeled, it was deveined. But it was par peeled. So what they do is they split the back of it, so it just pops right out. Versus it's a little bit harder to do it when you don't do that.
Why would you use a shrimp that's not peeled?
So I would use a shrimp that's not peeled if I'm doing a shrimp boil. Anytime you're boiling it, you want that shell on there. Kind of like if you're a boiled lobster, you don't want to just throw the meat in the water. It's just not going to come out good. You want that shell, that protective shell on there. Or if I'm frying it, what I do is I take all the skin off but the tail. And then I leave the tail on so when people can pick it up, they can pick it up from the tail. All right, so the last ingredient I'm going to add to this is the most important ingredient. Good old Wisconsin butter, right? Please don't use... Can I say it on TV? That I can't believe it's not, what? Yeah, I can't either, because it's not. I can't believe they said it. When that commercial came out, I thought for sure, my mom would always bring it home, right? I'm a 70s baby, right? So we get the big tub of, I think it was Country Crock or something like that. And then that'd be our cereal bowl when it was done, right? Yeah, the good old days, right? So now I'm finishing the shrimp. I'm just tossing it in here, in the butter. I know it's that spice is in the air. Thank you. And then we're just gonna let that chill. So now we need to put a sauce. Anybody ever heard of a remoulade sauce? Remoulade, my lady. Remoulade. So it's just a jazzed up, it's just sour cream, mayo, and then some spices, a little bit of dill pickle in there. It's what they would put on the bread if you've ever had a po' boy. They're like, what's a po' boy? Not a poor boy, po' boy. Yeah, it's a sandwich. Yeah. I did that on the Rokathon. That's what's in the Guinness Book of World Records, is my shrimp po' boy, wait for it, with pure Wisconsin cheese. That's because they wanted to be Wisconsin, so that's the spread. So what we're gonna do, don't mind me using this same avocado, boy. It's okay, it's avocados, right? All is good. So I'm just using a purple cabbage over a regular cabbage, just because purple cabbage is really, really tasty. Whenever you're making homemade slaw, anybody ever made homemade slaw? Don't buy the bag. Anybody ever bought the bag and then been disappointed when you because it's just all soggy? Just get fresh. They're super cheap. I think I paid $1 for that. The trick to making a good slaw is thin, thin, thin. Make them as thin as you can. Because cabbage traditionally is meant to be cooked. So when you're serving something raw, you want to make sure that it's sliced as thin as possible. So thin, thin, thin. And then that's going to go right into our bowl, just like so. We're going to auction this slaw off, right? Start the bid off at $100 for a bowl of slaw. Bet you if it was a bowl of cheese curds, you guys would be excited. Like, can you put some cheese on it or something? All right. So then while that's in there, I'm going to even though I have some flavor in here, I want to season the actual slaw too as well. Because when I season everything. Even when I made that grilled cheese, I seasoned the bread, I seasoned the butter, I seasoned the cheese sauce that I made, and then it was full of flavor. But it's all about balance. Even life, it's about balance. You can't have too much of anything. If you're cooking and you taste a certain spice, chances are you've added too much. If you eat something, you're like, oh, I can taste the salt. They added too much salt. I can taste the garlic, unless it's like garlic green beans full of garlic, Definitely do that. So then we'll add in just a little bit of jalapeno. Oh, I put some in there already. You guys want a little more, right? This one, I'm not taking the seeds out for you. So I have some with seeds and some with don't. You'll just do it. I like it. I like my type of people. Because you never argue with the chef before they give you your food, right? Because food is power. Oh, I was supposed to put that in here, so never mind. Yeah, all right. That's gonna be real spicy. It's all good. A little spice in your life. So now I'll take my dressing and I'll mix that with there. The one thing I noticed with this is you want to put a little bit and then mix it. A little bit. Did you get me? Okay. A little bit and then mix it. What a lot of people do is they overdress it, and then when they go to serve it, it's like swimming, and because they don't realize that the cabbage has water and it's going to release that water too as well. So if you guys can see that, get in here real close. That was my cue to my girl. She's already on it. So then we mix that up right there. And then that's done. And then like you said, always taste your food, right? Oh, they want a little hot sauce on there? Okay. Oh, is that what you said? Just a little bit. Oh, you want me to drink some more of my drink? Okay. Believe it or not, meditation music. I don't like any words because I like to be able to concentrate on what I'm doing, but I still need something to get me going. So, or violin, Lindsey Sterling, if you ever heard of her. So any type of music stuff, that doesn't have someone yelling at me or saying something distracting my mind.
Dulcimer is also good.
Who is it?
Dulcimer.
'Cause I need to be educated. Dulcimer. Explain to the crowd in Janesville.
Well, dulcimer.
So what kind of music is this?
I can spell it.
Can you sing us something so we'll all know?
There are no words.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I'm still lost, but yeah, I'm shaking my. Hey, isn't that what we do, man? Yeah. I don't know. Send me a link. Send me a link. You got my business card right there. I'd be interested. Send me a link or text me. That'd be awesome. All right. So now we have our tortillas. So now I have this beautiful grilling slash. I guess what's a good word for it? This is no George Foreman, let me tell you. You remember when George came out with that grill that just horrible? Oh my God. It's like, how you guys gonna believe that a boxer can come up with a good kitchen? You should have known better, But this one is state of the art. Is this Pampered Chef? No. It is Pampered. So anything that comes from Pampered Chefs is super expensive and super great. I'm gonna be grilling off some tortillas for this, but this thing is actually a beast. I was using it earlier. It has the air fryer that everyone's into now, and then you can also bake. Oh, no, I'm jumping. I'm doing the last one. This one's just grilling. I'm trying to do them both this time. Oh, this is your air fryer. I'm trying to get rid of your knives and your air fryer. You can have nothing when I'm done with you. Awesome. But the great thing about this griddle, and I'm going to auction this off. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm not just up here bragging about my utensils. This actually lays down flat, so you can use the whole surface instead of doing that press. And there's a griddle on top of it too. So if you want to make eggs in the morning or omelet and all that stuff, you can do that and then turn around and make your paninis for lunch and then grill your steaks for dinner. And it has waffle plates. Anybody ever make a homemade waffle? Oh, wow. 2 people, huh? Oh, lady in the back? Oh, right here? He's like, no, I don't make no waffles. Let me tell you why men don't like to cook. Because if they make something that tastes good, it's going to be expected. But let me tell you, man, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm always picking on the guys. And don't get me wrong, in my house, it's the opposite. Like, I'm the one that people are like telling my wife, hey, can you cook? I got to shut up. Cut that out. If I start talking about my wife, just nudge me and just don't let me do it no more. All right. Yeah, I don't even think of that. I know. It's amazing, and even if you don't cook all the time, just every now and again, because cooking should not be a responsibility that's given to your spouse or given to someone else. Because at the end of the day, that's something that's going to keep you alive, so that's something that you should take responsible for. Now, if they want to cook the majority of the time, that's fine. But it's nothing wrong with, on a Sunday or a Saturday, getting up and making a meal for the family, right? Can I get a commitment, men? They're like, you're not throwing me under the bus, eh? Men, we need to get it together, These women out here are kicking our butts, I'm looking at all these organizations, the Women's Hat Club, the Women's Sanctuary, everything's like, I'm like, wow, these women are kicking butts. You look at the men, what do we have? Well, hang out at the bar. Oh, there's the men's church get-together thing, right? We got like 2 things, right? Can we get more? Huh? Bowling. Yeah, right. Nothing that's going to advance us or make us any better, It's fun, but I like to be advanced. So we're just going to just take that slaw now, and then after this, we're going to start auctioning some stuff off and see if I can get some cooking equipment into your home. So this slaw that I'm making actually is the same slaw that I put on that po' boy. So if I went and got a French bread, say, I don't want no tortillas, spread the remoulade sauce on the French bread, add your slaw, throw your shrimp on there, shrimp po' boy. Yeah, it's just that easy. Do they sell po' boys out here in Janesville? Shut the front door. Get out of here. Was it good? I love it. I love it. They need to come to Green Bay. Because Green Bay is for some reason, they just want to make everything named after a sideline or something football, right? Our new touchdown burger, that's the same as your burger of the month from last year, right? There you go. I always tell people, try and get a little creative in the kitchen, you know. You'll be amazed. I've had so many students that say they hate cooking, and it really wasn't that they hated cooking, they just sucked at it. I mean, I hate to be blunt, but that's the truth. Anyone that's not good at something is not going to like it. That's just common sense, right? So how do we fix that? Well, first, we start watching the Cook Like a Champion show, right? That's a start, you know. And then trial and error. I always tell people, I got to save a few shrimp for them. I always say, I am my biggest teacher. So even when people come to my cooking classes, I always tell them, I'm not the one teaching you. I'm just showing you a guideline. You have to go home and cook and train yourself and do that too as well. So just remember that when you're at home. All right, so we're not going to put the sauce on yet. We're going to put the sauce on last. I know you guys weren't expecting to get a whole taco for yourself, right? I know. I got you. Any questions so far? No questions? No? Because all is good tonight? You guys watching the game this weekend? Yeah. Who you going for? Who's your favorite team? The Packers. I love it. So now there's just a little bit of sauce in there. I'm just going to pour this to the side for one quick second. I didn't do this, but these shrimp are special because we're going to actually auction this one off. Anybody ever seen someone flambe before? Okay, this is the best part of the house. So first thing about flambeing is make sure you have top shelf liquor. Right. I know. Hey, it's smooth as silk. And this might not be your top shelf, but this is somebody's top shelf. Everybody can't afford Jim Beam, let me tell you. So who would like to come up and flambe for the first time ever in life? You just pour it, you just light it on fire and hope that the wedding gallery doesn't catch on. You? Come on down, sister. All right. I love it when they're brave. Face your fears. You never thought people would be so afraid to pour a little Kessler's in a skillet, right? No hairspray? Uh-oh, yeah. It's all good. Hey, if Michael Jackson can do it, we can do it, right? He survived. Kind of, sort of, but yeah, you know what I mean. So now these is bourbon infused.
Good catch.
There you go. Thank you. So what you're going to do, we're going to just let it get hot.
Okay.
You're going to pull the skillet away from the fire.
As I'm pouring.
No, first lesson is never pour liquor over an open fire. That's how you burn down. Actually, I got to stop saying that because I know she's listening. That's not a joke. It's not a joke. So you pull it away, and then you light it, and then you put it back on. You're going to let it boil a little bit and get hot, and then you're going to act like you're tilting it into the fire. That fire is going to jump into the skillet, woof, and then everyone says, flambe. Capiche?
From those pre-beers, yes.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right. Here, look, I'll make it even. I'll drink a beer with you. So now we're even. No, you got the liquor. I got the beer. All right, now pull it away.
Okay.
Don't be scared. Yep. Ooh, somebody's getting drunk tonight. Jesus. I guess I should have, just leave it on there till it boils. I should have specified. I forget we're in Janesville. You guys don't like to drink a lot, do you? What number are you guys? Because Green Bay is like number 1. You know, we hold that record. Lacrosse is number 1. Yeah, we're close. We're right on the hip. I think it's only during the Packer games. Okay, now it's boiling. Now tilt it into the fire. Flambe! Give it a little shake. Yeah.
Let it burn?
And then normally I would say make a wish, blow it out, but you know, because of what's going on in the world today. You got to shake it until the fire goes out. You don't really have to shake it, but I'm just saying. No, you got to shake it. I'm telling them when they do it. Yeah, but you have to shake until it's out. You know, if you didn't pour 2 cups of alcohol in there, this would be out by now. So let's give her a hand clap. Awesome. Yes. Oh, and when you guys do, whoever I auction this off to, don't forget to turn it on. Because I just did that. Yeah, so don't do that. So that's almost getting ready. I'm gonna go ahead and grill those off for the VIP, no, I can't say VIP, best seats in the house. So are we auctioning off that beautiful griddle that I'm using right now? Yeah, who wants to cook like a champion with the state-of-the-art? It's smart too. Have you guys ever had smart equipment?
Oh, sorry.
You go. There you go.
Thank you. So what we have is a Pampered Chef. Sorry. That's good. Ooh. Yeah, thank you. So what we have is a brand new, used once, by the way, Pampered Chef griddle
Slightly used.
with the waffle plates, pancake and waffle mix. We've got some cinnamon up here. We got a pair of tongs. Fair market value on this is $433. So Ace, are you going to auction this off for us?
Yes, and then can you figure out how to turn that off?
Yes, I will.
Oh, I
You don't need that.
Yep. Put this right here. What are we starting to bid off with?
I heard 20, but you
20? Who said 20? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so $300 value. We're not going to listen to whoever that is back there at $20. He must think we're shopping at the flea market somewhere. This is state-of-the-art Pampered Chef right here. You guys know about Pampered Chef. So we're going to start the bidding off at 50. That's a little bit better. Hey, chiropractor? I remember. All about the gut health. We'll be talking. 50. She's going to start the bidding off. $100. She's in it to win it. We don't take EMT cards. 125 is his cash, check, credit, whatever they got. Whatever you got. We'll take everything. 125 because somebody wants to use this air fryer as soon as they get home. 150. It's oh yeah. They're gonna like snatch your air fryer when it's all done. You said 150? 150 right here. There's a local chiropractor right here. Support your local businesses. Isn't that the new thing, right? 150. 175. She's in it to win it. She bought her pocketbook this day. She wants to flex her muscles. You ready for that picture now? 200. Yeah. You can't take it while I'm moving. Sorry, I gotta take a picture real quick. All right, cool. 200? 200? Because he gave you something special down there. Yeah. No, we got 200 right here. 250. What? $10,000? What? Let's give him a hand clap. There, he flushed on that one. 250? 250 for the state-of-the-art Pampered Chef Smart grill, waffle maker, whatever you want to make with it, you can do it on there. 250. Can I get 300? 275. 275 right here. Right here. As she's crocheting. Yes. You gotta love it. Only in Janesville do you crochet and bid on a $275, right? 300. Oh, you're bidding for her now. He's gonna split it. He's gonna buy it for you and then you cook for him? 300.
He's committing to the cooking.
He's committed? Oh, and you're gonna cook. So we have a man that is not only gonna buy it, he's actually gonna cook with it too. You keep pointing to her. Who's paying? That's all I want to know. You're paying. You need to stay out of this. You're going to have her bidding on something she didn't want to bid on. 275. You guys know this is going to a charity, so you're not technically buying it. You're donating, and you're already under what it's valued at. 275? Oh, yeah. I might want to check on those. I kind of did forget about them. Okay. What was that? What's right here? 300. Oh, yeah, I should know that right now. She said 300 already, apparently. So, ooh.
He's gonna cook.
Well, whoever buys it, the other person who lost has to come over and use it and cook for you, right? 300. No, 350. 350. 375. You got them scared now. They're scared. They're shivering in their bones. $3.75 going once. Would you guys like to make an offering? See, I got jokes all day. $3.75 going once. What was your name, young lady? What was your name? Robin. $3.75 going twice to the Janesville School District Bags of Hope. $3.75 going twice and a half. I sold it to Robin for $3.50. But I have to finish cooking before I can give it to you.
I have a question.
Yes. Oh, I thought you'd give me
Can
a.
I ask Miss Robin if we're all invited over for picnic?
Miss Robin, everyone,
Waffles tomorrow?
they would want to know if you're going to be cooking waffles in the morning. They want to know if you'll cook waffles in the morning. Yeah. Sorry, man. Maybe next time. Maybe next time bring your big pocketbook. Don't worry, we'll be auctioning off some other stuff, so you'll have plenty more time to do that. All right. So nice and crispy, just like a panini. That didn't take long at all. And then Denise, how are we looking on for that last call? You know there's a last call for alcohol? Huh? Oh, no. I was leading up to, she thought I meant, I do have a fresh one. That's magic. Did we do the last call for food? We're good. Okay, cool.
You got a cold beer?
I got a very cold beer that just magically just showed up at my table. A beer angel. Really? Only in Janesville, Wisconsin, or is there such thing called beer angels, right? Is there a beer or angel cocktail person too? Because you guys like those too, huh? All right. Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer. I thought I was just doing a demo, and then somebody was like, oh, you might as well just cook for 6 people while you're up there. So I'm just like, no, it's all good.
By the way, she was knitting, not crocheting.
Huh?
She's knitting, not crocheting.
Oh.
Just FYI.
What is crochet there?
That's as far as I got. I don't know. Also, I can't believe you're dogging a George Foreman grill. That got me through college. You don't like George Foreman grills?
Yeah,
No?
he's all right. I mean, I like them as a boxer. That's about it.
Yeah.
Have you ever used one? They're not that good. I mean, I tried to cook a steak on there.
Yeah.
Pretty dry.
Yeah.
Pretty dry. But I would never say that in front of them.
Right, yeah. Strong guy. Yeah. Also, I cooked a little yesterday myself. I'm a guy.
Did you?
I made some
What'd you cook?
shrimp chicken teriyaki kebabs.
Shut the front. Did you make it for your wife?
Oh yeah, she had them today for lunch.
Here is a living example right now, man.
Thank you.
Take an example on what you should do. Yes.
Yes.
And that probably benefits you at home too as well.
It was very satisfying.
That's
to
awesome.
Do that. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, so I already mixed this up. So you guys all remember when I made that salsa? Yep. You didn't get the memo, did you?
I did, but now you just added some.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't add stuff to the VIP table without them knowing. 'Cause, I know. So now I'm taking the salsa, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that salsa right to my shrimp, just like so. Oh, sorry. Yeah, she's like, tell me what you did, Ace, because she wants to do it. Italian dressing. That's what I use pretty much for my flavor. Italian dressing. Normally I would make this, put it in the refrigerator, let it marinate for about an hour, so the vinegar in there kind of cooks the vegetables, makes them a little bit more softer and more tasty. So just a couple dabs of robust Italian dressing. You're all good. Good question, though.
Want to remind people, too, about the silent auction items over here. If you guys want to bid, of course, top left of your program is the QR code, or you can text BOH bid 22 to 76278. Don't forget about those silent auction items. It closes at 8:30, right? Silent auction. And we also want to raffle off one thing here while I'm up here. This beautiful and very large floral arrangement Denise is holding up over here, if you want to look to this side of the room. Very nice floral arrangement. Okay, so we're going to pick a raffle ticket here. Do you guys mind if I just do it?
Oh, here, I got a left hand. No, you got it.
You got your hands full?
No, I got my hands full. You got it. They like you better anyway, man.
I wanted to ask you, when you're cutting up that jalapeno, do you ever worry about, should you wear gloves? Because it's like...
Only if he had a good question. Should you wear gloves cutting up a jalapeno?
Because I've had a bad experience. Very bad experience.
With jalapeno?
I think it was some sort of.
Yeah, normally jalapeno isn't hot enough. You just want to make sure you wash your hands really good.
Okay.
Don't be doing all this.
Yeah.
You know.
That was
Did you do that?
Yeah, and I didn't realize what was going on. I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't know that
It's
was
a nightmare.
a thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it's
horrible.
hard. It's horrible.
Okay. All right, the winner of the large floral arrangement over here is number 2680359. She was close. We got a winner? All right.
What'd they win? What'd they win?
Look at that. It's a great centerpiece.
I'm cutting up cilantro, ma'am, because I'm cutting up cilantro for my garnish.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm
All
cutting
right,
up.
reminder too, this is kind of like the bar's open. Help yourselves. Go finish off the food if you guys want to as well.
There you go.
There's some more finger foods left over there.
Awesome. Gumbo. I'm a soup lover. I mean, I can eat soup in the summer, in the winter. I don't care. And the reason why I love gumbo, because I always make an extra big pot, and it freezes excellent. So I always tell people when you're cooking, if you're cooking for 2, cook like you're cooking for 6. Then you have leftovers the next day for lunch, and then you can freeze whatever you want. That's big down south. My aunts and stuff, whenever we were hungry, I'd go by her house, and she'd be like, oh yeah, she'd be pulling out lasagna, spaghetti, and meatballs. I'm like, did you make all this? She's like, yeah, I made it like 6 months ago. But it freezes, so find out what foods freeze good. And people don't think that, because on those days where you're like, man, I really just don't feel like cooking and don't want to order out, thaw something out and you can eat it then. I know my people over here, they're getting hangry over here, I can hear them. So let me go ahead. So I just cut up a little bit of cilantro. We're just going to garnish that with some cilantro, if you like cilantro. I don't know why you wouldn't like. I don't think it can be a Mexican dish without cilantro, right? There you go, ladies. There you go. You eat with your eyes. How many people care about presentation when they cook? Yeah? Got a hand clap? Got 3 people? 3 out of 30? 3 out of 40? All right. You know, even if you feel like you're just cooking for someone that lives there, you know, people eat, like you said, people eat with their eyes. And the crazy thing about food is if you see something that looks like it's not going to taste good, your mind psychologically is already made up it's not going to be the greatest. So even if it was great, it's not going to be as good. Versus if you have an awesome presentation, what happens? You start to salivate, you can't wait till it gets in your belly, right? That's what you want. If people aren't doing that when you're cooking, then cook like a champion show, you know. Work on your skills, right? We don't get better unless we do what? Because practice makes what? Perfect. It sure does. That's what we teach our kids at least, right? All right. So now I have enough for, we'll make these saucy. We'll spice it up. I got enough for 2 really fat shrimp tacos. And guess what we're going to do with that? Yeah, we are. Give them to you. What should we start the bidding off at? 20? Did someone say 20? Is that all you think my authentic shrimp Mexican Cajun taco is worth? She's got a $50 bill? Well, then, damn it, we're going to start it off at $50. That's going to be by far the most expensive taco in Janesville. What did we get? I think we got $300 for a sushi roll last year. So it could be worse. I'm like, where are my tortillas? Oh, and I don't know where. Oh, I have the little tortillas, but we're going to bust out the big boys. I just got to make sure I save 2 for my demo. So, for the first shrimp taco, as I'm making this, you got something?
Just want to mention, we got several silent auction items that have no bids. I think there's 5 or 6, and I want to let you guys know which ones have no bids at the moment. Baseball Fun, which starts at $75. That has no bids so far, so we need you guys to get on there and bid. Pizza Night has no bids. Wine and cheese party, I figured that one would have some bids by now. Wine and cheese party, no bids. And performing arts, that has no bids, that's $175. And the Rock County Historical Society package has no bids at the moment. So if you guys want to log on there, I believe that was 6 different ones with no bids. Just want to give you guys a heads up.
Okay, back to the magic, back to feeding people, right? All right, so this young lady, did you, I want to make sure I'm not stepping on your toes, but did someone at this table start the bidding off at $50? Or was she speaking for you like this guy was speaking for her? Okay, well, we'll be nice. We'll start the bidding off at, we're gonna start the bidding off for the first shrimp taco. $25? Can I get $25 for a shrimp taco? Okay, $20? She'll do 25 back there? 30 right here? 35 right, oh, she wants it. Because you didn't win the other one, you might as well, yeah, I hear you. 35 right here for a big, nice shrimp taco. I have 2 big boy tacos, 2 big boys. Oh my goodness, she's in it to win it. Gretchen must make a lot of money, right? She's got all the money. $50. Man, I need to start raising my prices, right? I wish I could get $50 for one taco. $50? 60? She's in it to win it. She is not playing. $60. $55. How much? 65? And what'd you say, 1,000? No? Come on, man. I know you got $1,000 in your bank account. The Lord's watching. I know you do. I know. So 65 in the back. I'm grilling them off right now. You can smell it. 65 going once. How much? Remember, we got one more. So, hey, what'd you say? 75. I love it when they go up. I hate when they go like dollar increments. $80 for the world's first $80 shrimp taco. Hey, they got a $1,000 burger. Why not have an $80 shrimp taco, right? Made on the Today Show right here in Janesville, just for you. Look at that. $80 for the first shrimp taco. $90. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Remember, you guys, you're not really paying for the shrimp taco. $90. Can I get 95? $90 going once? 95. Oh, look who joined the party. All right, see, all you gotta do is tease them on their pocketbooks, and then I hit that heartstring, didn't I, you know? You gave me some fun. Yeah, there you go. The wife, yeah, that's how it is with my wife, too. Yeah, we think we're running, we ain't running nothing. Yeah. What'd you say, 95? $95 right here for the first shrimp taco. $95 going once? What'd you say? Well, I almost thought you said 500. I was like, well, I need to put that on Facebook right away. $100 raising for the bags of hope right here. 100 going once. 100 going twice. What was your name? 100 going twice and a half. They don't want to mess with you, Karen. I sold it to Karen for $100 right here. All right. So I have the other one. Since we did so well on that one, should we just start the bidding off at like 500? Skip right to no. We'll start that off at $25 too as well. $25 for the second shrimp taco. $100. I loved it. Right to the game. Right to the jugular. Not playing around. Not messing around. $125. You know I'm putting this on Facebook now. They're gonna be so mad at me. How'd you sell a shrimp taco for $125? You gotta go to Janesville. They're the only ones that would pay for it, you know? They ain't paying for this in Green Bay. $125 back there. 125 should probably feed, well, Denise, 125, how many people you think that would feed? Look at that, look at that. You just fed a family for 2 weeks. How awesome is that? So who had the first one? Oh, right here, right here. So 125, going once. 150. What was the name? 125? Who said that? Who said one? Now you guys don't want to admit to it. Oh, okay, all right. Gretchen? G. Call you G. Yeah, yeah. 125 for Miss G back here. Yeah. Oh, you want me to cut it for you? Yeah. Oh, look, she's so nice. She's cutting her portion into 8 slices for her table. I was gonna put the pressure on G over there now. I don't know. I mean, now you guys are trying to make me do a Jesus move again. And if I can get feed 8 people with 1 taco, I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it, you know. Some might get 1 shrimp, some might get none. But it is what it is. All right. 125 going once. Gretchen bought her secondary pocketbook no one knew about. Her husband doesn't know about it. 125 going twice. I sold it to G right back there for 125. All right. Now I'm going to auction off all these scraps I got up here. Can I get 50 cents? 50 cents? Yeah? All right. Hey, I know a lot of people that always tell me, Ace, I'll come and eat your scraps like they're a dog or something. Like, what do you think, I just randomly just throw food to the side? No. I buy just the amount of food that I need so my food cost is low, right? Sorry, Denise, I made one for you, but there's only 3 shrimp in there, so I tried to do the Jesus thing, but there's still only 3 shrimp. So I'm sorry. But at least you'll kind of get an idea. Any questions so far? This is, I like for people to, Gretchen, did you want me to cut this in 2? I'm putting the pressure on it now. Hey, you guys are all family, right? Just pass it around, take a bite. We just raised what did we get for the first one? 125, 125? So 250? Charge that to the gang. Just fed 2 people for 2 weeks, or 2 families for 2 weeks. And I just broke a record. I just sold 2 tacos for $250. So make sure you make sure you take a picture. Yes, please, take a picture, post it on Facebook, tag Ace, $250 taco. Then I can maybe get $30 for a taco now. All right. So last but not least, everyone has a sweet tooth, right? Yes. I got your tacos coming, you guys. So we're going to be making dessert nachos. So I know, I heard someone say, what? I know, that's what I said when I had them. So dessert nachos are basically, you can make your tortilla chips using the actual tortilla shells. A lot of people think because the tortilla shell is savory, that's all it's good for, but it's not. It actually can be used as a dessert. So, sorry, I'm just trying to clean up. I got my wife coming out of me. She always says, anybody ever been told clean as you go? You ever heard that before? It actually works sometimes. So just clean up a little bit. So we're gonna be making a nice dessert sauce. I'm gonna show you guys how to make some chips. That. These are the little tortillas. I know it's right here in front of me, the tortillas. Did someone come up and steal my tortillas? Because I've had a couple of things stolen. These are the smaller ones. I'll just use these. I know they're somewhere around here. You guys remember that one year everyone kept stealing?
Maybe in the cooler?
Glad you said it, because I forgot about that, too. In the cooler. No, it wouldn't be in the cooler. No. No, I didn't put them behind the bowl. That's all right. All is good. We got some short tortillas over here. I know. I didn't know I was gonna, I thought normally I'll make 2 tacos for a demo, and I've made 8 tacos already.
Behind the bowl of salt.
Behind the bowl of salt, right here. Thank you. I know. Caliente. All right. So, oh man, I only got one. It's all right. We'll do one. So 1 10-ounce flour tortilla, what you want to do is I cut that in half, fold that over, just like so. Basically cutting it in 8 slices. Cut that in half, stack that, cut that in half. So you end up with these nice little triangles, right? I know that's a pretty big chip, but I know in Green Bay it's go big or go home, right? So bigger is better, not just in Texas, right? Give me more. I remember when I first started doing my cooking classes, my portions were so small. Literally, I would put them in you guys know what a Dixie cup is? Yeah. I was getting threats from people. Like, not that they would kill me, but like as a group of ladies ganged up on me and was like, we're going to have a talk with the manager, and if you don't increase our portions, we won't come, and wanted to boycott me because the portions weren't big enough. Go figure, right? So I started giving bigger portions after that because it is what it is. You don't argue with them. All right, so now that I have my chips, the first thing I want to do is I want to spray them. I love to use a spray versus traditional oil. You ever try to drizzle oil over something and it's clumpy and you miss like 90% of it, right? It's very, very hard. But the spray, you're going to get a nice even coat. And the beautiful thing about this that I'm not auctioning off about this air fryer is I can spray on the top and come right underneath it and spray both sides. Boom. I know, right? Who knew? So then now we're going to make our brown sugar. Get all our stuff over here. Oh, by the way, too, I got some coffee over here that I wanted to give away. So I got some giveaways. So I'm just going to ask you some random questions. What's the name of my cooking show? You have to raise your hand. So you're disqualified forever because I said, like we're in school, like we tell our students, raise your hand and wait, right? Because then you ruin it for everybody. No, it's not Ace Champion Show. There you go, dog. Someone's been paying attention tonight. All right. What did I make on the Owl Roker-thon when I said I was in the Guinness Book of World Records? In the back. Yeah, you. She said it backwards, but we'll take it. Po' boy shrimp. I'll take that. And just because I know that this man's got to get up early in the morning, there you go, brother. I got you. You're welcome. That should go with your po' boy shrimp, right? All right. So I'm just using a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, and we're just going to mix that up in a bowl just like this. Some sugar. I know. Don't worry, I'm not giving it to one person. They say, holy smokes, do you know there's like 3 times that amount in soda? And that ain't even real sugar. That's what I tell people. They're like, oh, I can't have sugar. Don't give me no sugar. I'm like, do you want to die? Because it's called glucose. Your body needs sugar, right? But it needs the right kind of sugar. Real sugar. Sugar from your produce. Sugar from your vegetables. Real pure cane sugar that came from remember I told you about if it comes from the earth, we're good, right? It's the fake stuff like high fructose corn syrup. You ever heard of it? Yeah, very, very bad. It's fake sugar. That's what destroys our body because our body can't recognize it. Remember, we have all these trillions of cells that every time we eat something, our body's trying to recognize it. What do we do with this? What do we do with this 30-pound burger they just dumped out me from the Packer game and 14 beers and now they're at the bar drinking cocktails? Like, what does the body do with that, right? Not much, So back to the subject, a little sugar, a little cinnamon. Once I have this sprayed nicely, and then we're just going to sprinkle that right over it, just like so. If you buy my spices, like this is sugar in here, but it's my seasoning. My mom taught me always recycle, right? Recycling is good, right? So when you buy a bottle and you're done with it, don't throw the bottle away. Use it for all your other spices, right? That was like your hint to, it's all good. Little sugar, and then we're gonna go into this fancy oven that is not for sale. So if you're at home, you're just gonna bake this off, 375, like 5 minutes. So these things that I'm cooking, I always tell people to be grounded when you cook and stay into the kitchen, right? How many people think they're multitaskers? Right? No one? All these women in here, I can't believe it. I've heard that you can't give 100% on more than one thing. Is that true? No? You can try. You can give the illusion, but the reality is stay grounded. So when you're in the kitchen, stay in the kitchen. You know, don't go change the laundry. Don't think you can work on your project in between, right? Because it's all fine and dandy until you burn the kitchen down or the smoke alarm. No one's ever forgot that they were cooking before? Just me and this lady over here, huh? No one's, can I say that? No one's ever forgot that they were cooking in the kitchen before. You're not supposed to admit it, right? Because you got to see these people tomorrow, right? I hope teachers don't gossip like students do. Did you know Susie can't cook? Yeah, we knew that years ago. All right. Oh, I have 2 of them. Make sure I put both of these in there. So that's cooking. While that's cooking, we'll go ahead and get our bowls out. I never said I can multitask. I'll be the first to tell you no. I just don't have a choice because I don't have an assistant. You know, no one wanted to volunteer. Oh yeah, I know. I said I was gonna. Come on, help me. Come help me plate. There you go. Yeah. Now I don't have to multitask. I'm gonna put the bowls. You got the sleeves.
Yeah, I'm gonna set the shit up.
So keep. No. We're not. Oh yeah. Oh, you want a flambe?
No.
Oh, I was gonna make you the
I do
scooper.
not.
Okay. Can you be my scooper?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna be my scooper. You're gonna scoop ice cream, but I'm not ready for it yet. So just sit there and be pretty. No, you don't go nowhere. Because when I need you, I don't want to have to call you. I want you right there, ready for me.
These knives might come up missing.
Hey, talk to Denise.
They're nice.
Those are Denise knives. I forgot my knife suitcase, so Denise was nice enough to run home and lend me her very expensive Wusthof knives.
Hey, FYI, your Cajun seasoning is amazing.
Did you hear that? I didn't say it. I'm not bragging on my own spices. It's right over here, right? It's right. Hey, I think it's over there, and I believe it's $7. Can't beat that.
It's amazing.
All right. So we're gonna make a chocolate sauce, and I'm gonna show you just how easy that is. And since you're right here, you're gonna flambe, right?
With the sleeves.
With the sleeves. But that's okay because, you know, if you're not cutting yourself or burning yourself in the kitchen, you're not what? You're not cooking, right? So if it happens, it happens. I know so many people who never cook anymore because they have anxiety from that one time they burnt themselves. I'm like, hey, that's kind of part of it. All right. So we're gonna add the liquor first. Now let's.
Are you gonna make me flambe?
Yeah. Unless you want somebody else to flambe. Okay. Please don't be like, where is she? Where is the woman who dumped 2 gallons of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah. Raise your hand. Where is she?
Yeah, right
oh
there.
yeah, right there. Yeah. She knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Don't be like
Just
her.
a little.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. You could do a little more, just not like a whole lot, like she. Yeah.
Where's the alcohol?
Oh, I know. I'm like, did someone steal my alcohol? Yeah, that first one, I had some extra Bananas Fosters, and ironically, some of them just came up missing, right? Guess who that was? So now I'm making her work that off now. That she should know. Okay, so now pull it away from the fire. Never want to open liquor over. Yeah, open the bottle first.
Oh, the sleeve.
Pull it away. Yeah.
All the way away? Yep.
Yeah, let's do this.
Thank you.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah,
tuck and roll.
talk. Thank you. You're very
All
good
right.
at that.
Yeah. It's not the first arm I've ever tucked. All right.
Tell me when.
Good. Now you see how she asked me when? Versus she was just like, I mean, where's my bottle at? I mean, can you believe that this was almost full? No, it wasn't almost full. All right, now put it over the fire and wait until it comes to a boil. Now I say wait till it comes to a boil because if you try and flambe cold liquor, it's like a really small little fire.
Weak fire, we don't
Yeah,
want weak fire.
yeah. And then people always ask me, does it do anything to the food for flavor? No. It's just very cool to watch, right? If you want to be the cool kid, if your guests are coming over and you flambe, I guarantee you they're going to be all about you. They're going to be talking. Did you know? Look at that. She's on accident. Let's get rid of that clap. When you're that good, you just flambe on accident and whoop whoop. So you too must shake until it's gone. I shouldn't say that because someone's going to shake it too hard and whoa, magically fire right up the arm, right? But she's got her sleeves rolled up, so all is good. Jeez.
You told me to put that.
I did. That was my fault that time.
Still burning, folks.
You can put it down. I was just messing with you. Give her a hand clap, you guys. Give her a hand clap.
Are you dismissing me?
You are. No. You got a spoon of
I
ice
was gonna
cream.
scoop.
Yes. So now that I have that liquor, now I'm going to turn this down on low. And there's a lot of people that when I went to culinary art school, they were saying like chocolate has to be tempered at like 113. It was a very awkward thing. You had to have a special thermometer. Well, in Louisiana, we don't have special thermometers or even have an understanding on time. You know, my grandma was always like, oh, put a little nug in there. I'm like, Grandma, what's a nug? It's like, it's this much in the palm of your hand. I'm like, yeah, everyone's hand's different. That's not going to work, you know. Or a dash or a pinch or anything like that. Yeah, you can do that. So now that I added my liquid, I have my temperature on low. I'm slowly letting the chocolate melt into the bourbon. I'm just using just regular semi-sweet chocolate chips. You know, you can use the fancy chocolate blocks that you guys use. If you do it, just shred it. You don't want to be putting a big block of chocolate in there. So now she's looking at it. Now pull it away. Tell me what's wrong. Because I want you guys to be present. So when you're cooking, you need to be paying attention. Does my food look like it's having issues, right? Because some people will look at the food and be like, it's having issues, and just go through it as if it's magically gonna fix itself, right? It doesn't. So you always be looking, is my sauce too thick? Is it too thin? Am I overcooking it? Is it boiling? Pay attention to all of those things and adjust. So right now, I'm just gonna let her decide how's my sauce. But look at it. It's thick. So what are we gonna do? Put a little of this.
Oh my gosh. Don't burn me up, man.
Because I'm going to thin it out based on the bourbon, right? Because I might like my sauce just a little bit thicker. I might like my sauce just a little bit more runnier. So when you go buy a recipe, that recipe is that person telling you how they like it. So you know every recipe is not meant to be taken literally and follow to the T, right? I've seen some people literally burning something. It's like, oh, the recipe says it needs to go another 5 minutes, and burn it and be like, oh, that must be one of those blackened recipes. Yeah, if you've ever seen blackening, it's not burnt. Burnt is burnt. Blackening is just the Cajun season that makes it that color. So now she's just stirring in a little bit of butter. You can turn the fire off now, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to keep cooking the chocolate sauce. Bourbon chocolate sauce. Now, if you want to sweeten it up a little bit, you can just add a little bit of taste of sugar to that. That was like a teaspoon of sugar for 6 people. So, pretty good, right?
Just a reminder, the silent auction over in about 25 minutes. We have 2 items that have no bids, and the bids have been lowered for a starting bid of $25. The one is the Performing Arts bid. That one includes 10 tickets to the Beloit International Film Festival, Overture Center, Stoughton, right? Stoughton, and what was the other one?
Seemed pretty, yeah.
And the Janesville Performing Arts Center. That's a lot of
we
shows.
didn't add the cream
And the other one was the Rock County Historical Society package. That one is also opening bid has been lowered to $25 as well.
Should I turn the fan back on?
No, you can just add the cream to it. Just a pinch. So now she's just going to add a little bit of cream, just a nug of cream. Now the cream is optional. So understand, once I put the cream in there, now it has a shelf life. If I don't put the cream in it, I can cover that up with saran wrap, throw it on the counter, and deal with it when I want to deal with it, right? Because chocolate and bourbon don't need to be refrigerated and kind of last forever. All right, I think that's good. Now I'm going to have you be my ice cream scooper. There you go. There you go. And then we have a scooper right here. All right, another coffee run. And then you can give them, I need about 10 out of that. So just about 1.5 scoops. All right, check on our. These are my tortilla shells now when they're done. This is kind of what they look like. Give you guys a quick little visual. So when you cook them, that's why I said they only go like 5 minutes. You'll look at them, and even when you pull them out, they'll still feel a little soft. Let them finish carryover cooking. You know, when you pull something out the oven and it keeps cooking, then they'll firm up. Don't wait until they're burnt and then be like, oh, that must be those blackened chips, right? No, there's no such thing. No such thing. And then your chocolate sauce is nice and runny. You really just want to make sure that the sauce is pourable. So if you can't pour it nicely over, just like that, what's the name of that syrup, the little bunny that we all grew up? You know, Nestle's, yeah. See how it just pours nice and smooth? That's what you want. If it's chunky and you're slapping it on the plate like the cafeteria lady, you didn't put enough bourbon in it. No cafeteria ladies in here, are they? Hey, but I'll tell you what. Oh, let me elaborate on that. I love the cafeteria lady. The cafeteria people are literally, well, she's not even listening, I'm trying to tell her, hey, I'm trying to talk about how great the cafeteria ladies are.
I am not a cafeteria.
Oh, why'd they tell me that? Sorry, well, then forget about what I was saying there.
I decided that was a little rude. But I wasn't.
You said you needed 10. I don't have enough bowls.
Oh, I'll get you one. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. No. No, but I was going to say, if there is a cafeteria lady that you like, they're the saving grace in the school system, because I always tell people food it controls so much of your life. I mean, it can make you angry. Have you ever seen a hangry person before? I always know when my wife is hungry. It's like, oh, you just want a sandwich. Okay, I'll get that for you. You know, it can make you sad. It's there when you're sad. Anybody ever had a sad day and sat there with the bowl of ice cream? I always saw it on TV. I didn't know if that was a real thing. You know, so food is comforting, right? It's there for all these emotions and stuff. So when you don't get it in your body, when you start wigging out and start getting dizzy and having all those symptoms, that's your body communicating. Remember I said, know thyself? Know when your body is speaking to you. It's your body saying, hey, I need something, right? If you're feeling all dry, and like I've never seen as many as kids dehydrated. It's like they forgot to drink water. So whoever does the PR system on the Janesville will start a new trend. After every second or third period, just throw it out there. Hey, don't forget to drink some water. You'd be amazed on what that would do, because literally kids forget to drink water. How crazy is that? But just drinking water can be enough to keep them from passing out. All right, we're good. So now we're going to let that cool off.
Ace, you got it wrong though. Uh-oh. The kids want water when it's time to work.
Oh, yeah, I'm guilty of that. I used to play that. Or use the bathroom when you really don't. And it's like 20 minutes later, you don't want to know. No, I know, this is true. Kids will be kids, and there's not much you can do about it, you know. But that's why I say just focus on yourself. You know, when I first started focusing on myself, at first I felt a little guilty, because it's like we always want to put other people first. But then I was running myself down. It's like, how valuable am I to others if I'm down, right? So I have to always be first priority no matter what. Because if I go, nothing moves forward, right? So we all need to do that. I know you want to take care of the kids and then go home, take care of your husband and do that. But if you don't take time for yourself, you're really losing what you're here on this earth for, because you're supposed to enjoy life. You're supposed to enjoy cooking. You're supposed to enjoy your family, not be stressed out because, oh boy, I got to take them out for dinner or go on this vacation. I don't want, this should all be things that's enjoyable. So make sure that you're doing something in your life that is enjoyable. Even if it's not crocheting. What was she doing?
She was
Oh, she was crocheting. Okay. Even if it's something as simple as crocheting, do something that gives you a peace, because when you can put your body at peace and at calm, I believe that's when the true healing begins. It's almost like when we're asleep. Don't you know when you're asleep, that's when your body naturally goes into detox? That's when you get the biggest amount of healing, is those hours that you're asleep. So that's why everyone's always telling us, make sure you get enough rest, right? You ever hear that, right? Then we become adults and we want to run ourselves into the ground. Oh, it's okay to only have 2 hours of sleep. No, that's not okay, because it will catch up to you. So take care of yourself, or else you're going to end up in not good shape. So. All right, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead. I'm waiting for the chocolate to cool off just a little bit, because what we don't want to do is add hot chocolate over some chips, right? Or over some ice cream. So what we'll do is, here's the chips. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll put them in there. I want to make sure I have enough so I can charge somebody $500 for a bowl of ice cream and some chips. Oh, you done? Oh, okay. Yeah, smart lady, right? I did tell you guys to drink as you cook, right? So I can't get mad at that. So this is something that if you got kids or grandkids, they'll love to get into the kitchen with you and make some dessert nachos. Oh my God. I have never seen so many people not pass on the skill of cooking. Thank you. If you ain't dropping nothing in the kitchen, you ain't cooking, right? Because how important is that to pass on the skill of cooking to the young ones? Because if we don't, oh my God, I mean, I love kids, but they're different, let me tell you. But I'm pretty sure that that's what our parents said about us when we were growing up. Oh Lord, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, my mom would always say. I'm like, no, we'll be just fine. And they are just fine. And I know the kids will adapt.
Hey, you want me to put some more ice cream in there?
Yeah. You guys want some more ice cream in your bowls? Yeah, they said yeah. You love ice cream? Well, get your pocketbook ready. So we're going to see just how much you love ice cream, right? All right, and then I just need a little spoon. I had a spoon, but I think I used all my spoon. So we're just going to just pour right out of the pot, right? Fresh chocolate with the best smooth bourbon on somebody's top shelf. Don't act like you guys have never had an old Kessler old-fashioned before, right? I know this is the, I never even heard of Kessler until I came to Wisconsin. Sure. I only paid $12 for it, so we'll start it off at $20. Oh, shots off. $10 a shot? No, I don't know. They might, I don't know about the rules. Where's the lady at? Can we do that? I don't want them to get, but it's for charity, so maybe we'll just do it and suffer the consequences later. Don't we do that sometimes, adults? We just do it. We know we're going to get in trouble, but then we tell our kids don't do it. I learned when I was raising my son, the best way to really discipline him is to remember where I come from. Because I found myself saying, I can't believe you did that. How'd you do that? And then I thought about it, I'm like, well, I did that when I was a kid, and this is a mini me, so it makes sense now. So then I was able to understand why he did it, versus I think sometimes as parents we get on this high horse and think that, because our parents did it. I know my parent, you'd think she did nothing wrong. I don't believe that one moment, So I found out when I was honest with my son, it was like, I did that. It took to him so much better, and he was able to understand that. So don't tell him all your secrets, though. Good Lord. Because then they want to throw it in your face. Well, you did it. But you know how us parents do. Do as I tell you, not as you see. Yes, ma'am. Did I not get a lot of love? This one right here? This one? There you go. A little more right there.
You're so stingy with that one.
This one right here? Let's see. Is that the one you trying to swipe? Yeah. Is anyone allergic to nuts over here? No nut allergy? Any nut allergy in the house? Please let me know before I auction this off. Okay, I'd hate for the highest bidder to have a nut allergy and then not want to bid on it. So when you guys eat this, just take your spoon and pour that on there. The chips are pretty firm, but I don't know if you can just start digging into them like nachos. Just saying. So I'm topping these off with some almonds. Yeah, just let me give them a little bit of pecans, and then some pecans. And then remember when you guys are in the kitchen, make a mess, let them know that you've been in there working hard, right? Because if you come into a clean kitchen, they're going to be like, what was they doing? They were not cooking, right? Yeah, you can give that to them, and I will auction off the 2. All right, so I have 2 of Janesville's first Mexican nacho dessert, right? Unless you guys went to a restaurant earlier and found that. No?
What would you say? These are Nacho Mamas?
Nacho Mama's chips, yes. They Nacho Mamas. Nacho Mamas. 15 for the first bit? 25. I love it when they go higher. $25 for the first bowl of authentic Nacho Mama's cheese. Oh, you got me calling it out that now. The Nacho Mama's cheese. Oh, I'll make another bowl. Will you scoop me another ice cream? You used all the ice cream? Okay. She really did. I had to double check.
So this is very special.
Oh my God, right? How'd you do that? I said 10.
I know, and I said we don't have 10 bowls, and you're like, it's okay.
Oh, I know, but I was going to find the 10th bowl. That's why. I was like, nah. Because she was like, oh, let me give them more. So sorry for not doing the second one. Blame it on the VIP that's over here being greedy, eating double scoops of ice. No, I'm just kidding. Eat up. You're good. You're good. So I guess we have this one bowl, which makes it a higher commodity. We had 20. Get me out of here. $25. Where's that at? $25? Way in the back. $25? 50 from the lady who's not from the cafeteria. I remember. She's special. $50. You got them scared now.
No, I like ice cream.
You got them scared. You know how much ice cream you can buy for $50? I'm just saying. $50? 55? 55. 55. She said she won the last one. Why not win the other one, right? Take it home. 2 out of 3. 55 going once. 55 going twice. What was your name again? Karen. 55 and a half. I sold it to Karen for $55. I'll get you a spoon. And no, I cannot split that into 8 portions. I reached my limit with the tacos. But I'll get you a spoon. Do I have a spoon? Oh, Lord, don't tell me I just sold a $50 bowl of ice cream with no spoon. Can I get it? Denise, do they have like a spoon or a fork somewhere?
Isn't that what the chips are for?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can scoop them in the chips. Oh, you're using taco. Okay, we're good. We're good. Awesome. I think I ran out of food and made a hot mess over there. But that's how it is, you know. Get to the kitchen, cook, be cautious on what you're cooking, be cautious of what you're eating. I'm not saying you got to eat like a health nut. I'm not saying you got to eat salads and carrots and onions. That's not what I'm saying. You can have your steaks. You can have your potatoes. Just use real baby reds, right? Don't use that little funky box that has like 90 ingredients in it, right? You can have pie, but just don't buy the pie from the grocery store that has 80 ingredients. You ever seen those pies from the grocery store, pumpkin pie? Good Lord. It's like, what is in that? So most things that you cook should have minimal amount of ingredients. So just keep that in conscience because like I said, these little cells in your body, that's your immune system, right? So if you can build your immune system, and we all know that your immune system is in your what? It's in your, It's in your gut, right? And a lot of people neglect the gut because everything that we put in our mouth goes to the gut, right? But that's a very powerful thing because if we want to participate in healing ourselves, and hear me when I say that, I want you guys to say this with me. I'm going to participate in my own healing, if you can say that. I'm going to participate in my, yes, because you can do so much for you. If you sit around and wait for someone else to do this for you, you're going to be waiting for a long time. because there's so much that you can do just for yourself. There's things like kombucha, which is excellent for your gut. Thousands of probiotics. So many people want to take antibiotics. You guys know when you take antibiotics, it's too late. You're sick already. And I see so many of these Band-Aids that they're putting on it. We need to focus more on prevention. It's all about prevention. So yes, amen, yes. And you can do that by, like I said, by eating these certain foods and drinking these certain things. And even what you listen to. Me and my wife just started a business, sound healing. And it deals with different frequencies that and these are all ancient instruments. This is nothing that just showed up. This is what thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. But the beautiful thing about the sound healing in these crystal singing bowls and things like that is that it actually resonates with the cells in your body. So if the cells in your body are calm, the body follows, right? Because this outside body that you have is just a reflection on what's going on inside. So you can do that through music. But if you listen to bad music that has bad frequency, I like some soft rock, but you'll never catch me in a mosh pit. You ever heard that before? They're just beating each other up. I don't want that. That music is bad for my brain. It's bad it gives me anxiety. There's a lot of music that does that. So when you're on your way to Carter or man, now I forgot it again. Parker and Craig. Why did I say Carter? I know. I was doing that the last year again. When you're listening to that music, pay attention to what you're listening to. Well, like I said, when they ask me when I cook, what are you listening to? Relaxing meditation music. That way my mind is on the same level as the music, and I can pass over that to the food, and that can be passed over to the guests, right? Because I want them to experience that. 5 things I want you to I'll say a couple of things, and then we'll shut it down pretty quick here. But there's a couple of things that if you stay away from, I can almost guarantee you that you'll experience change, not only in your body, but within your mind too as well. Because what people fail to realize is the food that we eat doesn't just affect our body, it affects our mind. There's certain foods in the body, there's certain chemicals that are in the food that actually cause depression, anxiety, right? How messed up is that? Is you're depressed because you ate one too many Little Debbies? But I kid you not, that is the reality of what we're dealing with. So the first thing to stay away from, high fructose corn syrup. If you've ever heard of it, all you got to do is pick up a bottle of ketchup, cereal, soups. It's literally in almost everything. And they get you because they say high fructose corn syrup has 0 calories. I want you to know that if you don't put calories in your body, you will not survive on this earth. So don't be sitting up there trying to count your calories and, I only have No, feed your body, but feed your body what your body needs. High fructose corn syrup, your body cannot recognize it. So instead of the body and the organism saying, okay, I know what to do with that. I'll take the glucose from there, I'll put it over there, I'll pick this is a chemical that your body's like, what is this? So it can't process it. So it stores it. So you wonder why you're getting these weight gains in the back of the calf. And where did that come from? You know what I mean? Because it doesn't know where to go. So read those ingredients. If you see sugar these days, that's actually a good thing. I'm not saying sit there and eat a whole bowl of sugar, because moderation.
Just a reminder, less than 5 minutes left in the silent auction.
5 minutes, get your bid in. I know she ain't, is she bidding? Man, we need to talk, because I thought he had the money, but it's you.
Women always control the money.
I already know. Even our president, believe it or not, is being controlled by some woman somewhere in the dark. And it ain't Kamala Harris, so let me tell you. So the second one is aspartame. So if you ever heard of aspartame, if you ever see those little sweet and low little pink sugar things that they put on there because it has no calories, to me, it's the closest thing next to arsenic. Super poison, clinically proven to cause cancer, leukemia. And this isn't just me saying it. And this isn't just me asking Siri, because Siri knows a lot, but I need a little bit more research. These are actual scientists, but they're doing it in Canada or European. These are all these studies. I love the Eastern medicine type of way, because when I treat myself, I don't want any side effects. When I had that kidney stone, they were like, here, take something to make it come out. Here, take something for that. But then it's making, here, take something for that. And then, so now I'm taking all these medications to offset all these different side effects. and I'm literally beating up my body as I'm trying to heal myself. So it's very important. I'm not saying that you don't need the doctor. I mean, doctors are 100% necessity. But can we keep ourselves out of the hospital as much as possible? Can we all focus on that? And we focus on that through the food. The third thing is sodium benzoate. It's one of those secret preservatives. You'll find them in your sodas. You'll find them in just a ton of food. Here's the red flag. When you start seeing the same ingredients in your food and your cosmetics, that's an issue. I mean, could you imagine if I said, hey, I'm going to use some actual cocoa butter that you rub on your hands in my chocolate sauce instead of actual cocoa? Would you eat it? No, you'd be appalled, right? But you're eating it by default because you don't understand what's in there. Sodium benzoate is probably one of the most addictive chemicals that is in food. That is the one, when I was talking before, that was in crystal meth and other drugs, because it's addictive. They want you to be addictive. Just like being on some type of drug, you know it's bad for you, you know it's killing you, but you just can't stop doing it, right? Isn't that the same way with some foods? Any soda drinkers in here? Kombucha is an excellent choice. It has the carbonation in it. It almost tastes just like soda, but every sip you take is benefiting your body. I don't want to go into how bad sodas are, but that aspartame and high fructose corn syrup is pretty much in all of them. Yes, sir?
What about like zero soda, like Coke Zero? Does that work?
No, because their zero is aspartame. Aspartame has no calories. You know why? Because it's a chemical. Chemicals don't have calories. So I always tell people, they're like, well, it doesn't have calories. So what if I gave you some antifreeze? Here, take this. Take 2 teaspoons of antifreeze, right? It has no calories, though. You're good. You would never take it. So throw all that calorie out the wall, because anything that your body needs, you should never neglect. You need salt, you need sugar, you need calories, but you need it in moderation, and you need it to be balanced. Everything is about balance. Julia Child said it best. Eat, Mary, eat whatever you want, but do it in moderation. You can have a little bowl of ice cream like that, right? But if you sit down there with the whole half a gallon to yourself and watch 2 Netflix movies and have a couple cookies in between after you just had a big dinner and go right to bed and sleep on that, you're going to have issues. So, and then the last one is all the dyes that are in food. And we see it all the time. Yellow 5 dye, green dye, all those dyes. Stay away from it. It's the #1 cause for ADHD in kids. Clinically proven to cause ADHD in kids, right? But what do? We take them to the doctor. My kid won't calm down. Help him. Put him on medication. But then we feel bad and give him the same M&Ms and the same little things that caused it in the first place, right? Never put Band-Aids are only temporarily. If you want to fix something, you have to start the healing from within you. And it's all about what's in you, right? The things that you can't see. We know our organs are working, but we can't see them. Just because we can't see them don't mean that we can neglect them, right? So let us stop neglecting. We wouldn't neglect. There's a lot of things in the Christian world or the church world that you can't see, right? But you believe 100%, right? Well, that's the same goes inside your body. You know there's a heart in there. You know there's organs in there. You know they're working 24 hours a day for you. That's your military system. They're there to fight any disease that comes in your body, but you have to participate in your own healing. You have to work with your organs. So if you feel a cramp, do some stretch. How many people stretch? That's like 5 out of 40 people, you know what I mean? Just a simple stretch in the morning will do you wonders, you know? You guys shaking your head like you understand. I hope you do. Because food is everything, and I can't stress enough about that. You want to control your mental health. You want to control your physical health, the way you look, the way you feel, most of all. You want to walk around this earth and have energy, right? You don't want to be like, oh, these mashed potatoes are weighing me down, you know, or that doggone cheese curd, you know. You can eat mashed potatoes. You can eat cheese curds, but it's all about balance, right? Don't eat cheese curds 5 days a week just because you love them so much. You know they're full of fat. They're fried and deep fried. I know I'm spoiling it for you. They're like, stop talking about the curds, Ace. You might get cut, you know. So, but before we leave, before we close up, I know the silent auction should be over. So hopefully you got your bid in. If you, yeah, whoop, whoop. I got a whoop, whoop. All right, awesome. Always remember, if you can give. And if you do give with your heart. because if you're just giving because, then you're not really giving, right? You're just shoveling over some money. You don't really care where it's going. You know, I'm doing this. I'm giving my time because I understand where it's going, what it's doing. So even if it's not this charity event, give where you can give. Give advice where you can give advice, because there's other people in the world that need what you have. So have value in yourself, because we're all just brilliant human beings. You know, every single human being on this earth is 99.9% shares the same DNA. Even though, you know, me and my guy over here have the best tan in the room, that doesn't matter, because underneath this, there is literally there is point whatever percent of that is. That's the difference. So when we start treating others and not just people, but animals, have compassion for all of God's creation. Because we can think, thank you, we can think that we're at the top of the food chain because we're in our bubble, but I guarantee if you go down to Africa and go to safari, you are not at the top of the food chain. And they will eat you, and you are being hunted. I even Googled that. They said nothing hunts humans. Yeah, because we're in our little bubble. So have compassion for that. Have compassion for all. I'll say this one quick thing. It was a story about when I moved into my own house. I never had a home before. I always lived in an apartment. So I never really experienced nature. I never really noticed the trees blossoming. I never noticed when the birds would leave and stuff like that. So I'm at my home and I'm watering my plant and I see a little bee fly right by the water hose. And I stopped and I watched him. And he literally sat there, he or she, got a drink of water, and we had a moment. The ace 5 years ago would have been, oh no, there's a bee swatting and all. And like, how rude is that, right? Bees trying to get a freaking drink of water, and you're trying to, and you wonder why you get stung. I would sting you too if you were like 30 times bigger than me and were trying to swipe at me. So understand that all life has a purpose, and if you don't understand that purpose, don't judge it or try and understand it. Because we're all the same, we're all in this bubble together. So, awesome. Thank you, thank you.